Oh, shit. All right, let's get it.
Okay. Come on, Craig Mack. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great joy to welcome you back to the Dirty 30 Podcast, baby. We miss you all very dearly in the long 7 months it's been since we had our last EP, but we're back, baby, and ready to give you exactly what you need. Also want to let you guys know that we're going to be moving towards more of a sports-only podcast and moving away from the music, entertainment, and world news, unless it is related to sports in some way, shape, or form. Why sports, you ask? Because sports is what we know best, baby. All right, now I got all that out of the way. To my right, I have the deadliest debater, C.K. Chad Kelly. Chad, how you doing, brother?
You stupid. Love the introduction. I'm feeling great. Bro, it's been way too long, bro. We took way too long of a hiatus.
Way too long.
You know, I'm trying to get on the fire department. I'm trying to do my part in this world.
Hey.
But hey, you feel me? D-Man, how you feel?
Oh, I'm good, man. I've been doing great, man. And this like 7 months we've been off the air. I've been just putting my head down and trying to grind, man. I got a new promotion at my job, and that is very, very. I love it. I love every second of it. I love the people, so it's pretty amazing.
Hell yeah, I'm glad we squashed the beef and we're back doing this.
Yeah. We had some unspeakable beef. We had to squash that shit. But yeah, D-Man's your guy, man. Giacomo Pizza at Lawrence.
Oh yeah.
If you ever there, holler at him.
Come up there, see me.
So we've all been bossing and upgrading our lives and shit. So don't think we just been sitting on the couch bullshitting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I also got a job with the Indiana Pacers running camera for them. So you guys already know I'm going to try and give you guys as much inside scoop information as possible for our Dirty 30 faithful out there. All right, so to kick the show off today, we're going to talk about the AFC and NFC Championship games that just took place yesterday. Let's start first in Philadelphia. The Eagles pretty much manhandled the 49ers for 60 minutes, and to be honest, I would have rather have watched an episode of 60 Minutes than to witness that absolute massacre. But honestly, what do we all expect? The last pick of the draft to walk into Lincoln Financial Field and beat a team with a defense that has allowed less than 100 yards passing per game to opposing quarterbacks this year. The only team to allow less than 100 yards passing to opposing quarterbacks this year. That shit's crazy to me. I, for one, knew the 49ers hype train was going to come to a screeching halt sooner or later. I thought they had no shot of actually making the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy under center. Would it have been a different game if Purdy played the full game? Maybe, probably. But would the outcome have been different? Probably not. I think the Eagles are going to take that one regardless. But enough of me. What did you guys think of the game? What was like some of your biggest takeaways from the game?
My biggest takeaway was the game went exactly how I thought it would go. I mean, we was talking about our predictions before the game started, and I said the Eagles would win by a
double-digit points
or more because we dominate up front, and our defensive line is unstoppable. We got 4 guys, over 10 sacks for the season.
Yeah, that's
so, like,
badass.
What happened, I kind of already knew it was going to happen. Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and for those of you guys who don't know, Chad Kelly is the only Eagles fan on this panel of us experts here. So just the fact that his team's in the Super Bowl, CK, take a bow, baby. Take a bow. D-Man, what about you, though, man? What you thinking?
My takeaways from the game, man, is just the Eagles look a lot better than I thought they were, man. I thought that San Fran's defense was they were number 1, ranked all year. I thought they were gonna put up a hell of a fight against them and give them some trouble out there. But the Eagles fucking Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and Gainwell and fucking Miles Sanders look like fucking all pros out there like that in that game. So it's a great overall fucking team effort from the Eagles, man. And they played hell of a fucking game out there.
It was a great game. You guys see that Devonta Smith catch he had?
That one-hander?
Yep.
Yeah, that dude's a beast. I seen a story the other day. It was saying that like Devonta Smith would skip parties and like go train with Jalen Hurts in college, like when they broke at Bama, and that's why like they got good chemistry and
that's why he won Heisman.
And they both have similar like work ethics and mindsets. Chad, I asked you this question before we move on to the other game. Why are the Eagles so successful? What makes them so successful?
Because they control the line of scrimmage. I feel like that's not said enough. When you control the line of scrimmage in a football game, you're going to control the football game. Oh, yeah. Period. When your old line is getting a push every time, for example, when the Eagles line up in formation and the
QB sneak one?
The QB sneak one, it's unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
Because you see how low their old linemen be getting?
Yeah.
Bro, low man wins every time. Yeah. We all know that.
Yes, sir.
But that's what makes them successful, bro, is their D-line and their O-line. That's the biggest thing. And we have no weaknesses, obviously, at wide receiver and quarterback.
Yeah. Shit, Jason Kelce, bro, literally, because they'll be having side angles of the like the camera angle that's down the line of scrimmage. As
The trenches cam.
Yeah, you could literally always see that Jason Kelce is like
the lowest,
basically diving on his stomach, like and going forward and shit, and making so much movement, dude. He's like literally so undervalued for that team.
And when you're the center, when you're already that low to snap the ball, who's gonna get lower than you in that moment? You know the snap count. Like that's what makes that shit so incredible. And an offensive line led by somebody like Jason Kelce, like you guys are blessed, my friend.
Yeah,
blessed. And that D line, Akeem Hicks, fucking Ndamukong Suh, Fletcher Cox. Come on, dude. He's been on the Eagles forever.
DBs too, man. All the DBs you guys got on the Eagles are fucking dope, man. They're really fucking good. Like you said, was it 100 yards per game?
They've allowed less than 100 yards passing per game the whole season.
Like that doesn't even sound like a realistic stat to me.
Like
you know
only team in the league that they allow like 96 yards per game passing or some shit.
Darius Slade Jr., Gardner Johnson.
Yeah,
bro, they've been playing outstanding football the whole year, bro.
That's just beautiful football, man. It's beautiful team ball out there.
I'll tell you what, though. I think where the 49ers went wrong, it wasn't at the game. It was those dumbass fans putting that fucking 49ers shirt on a Rocky statue in Philadelphia. Like, that's one thing you don't fucking do. Why would you give them ammo like that?
For real. And shit, the last, like, 3 other teams that have done that shit, too, all lost, I'm pretty sure. Because there was, like, 4 pictures I saw on, like, Instagram or something, like, all side by side. Multiple people have done that, and every team that's done that has lost. So, like, why would you do that?
If you're playing lesson of the day, if you're playing Philadelphia, don't fuck with the Rocky statue. It's not that hard. On the other side of the coin, the Bengals marched into Arrowhead and played in the most anticipated game of the week by far. They ended up with the Kansas City Chiefs on top. Turns out Joe Burrow is not the father of Patrick Mahomes. The mayor of Cincinnati might be a jabroni in the eyes of Travis Kelce, and as always, you gotta fight for your rights to party. Love that fucking awesome. Travis Kelce, love that shit, man. But all jokes aside, this game had a little bit of controversy. Just a teeny tiny wee bit of controversy. You had the defensive pass interference in the fourth, the late hit out of bounds that sealed the deal for Butker's game-winning field goal, and of course the series where the Chiefs got to replay their third down after they just played the third down, came up short, even had their punt team on the field for what we all thought should have been fourth down. But even though that whack shit happened, the Chiefs were forced to punt in the long run, and Burrow ended up throwing an INT after that anyways. So everybody everywhere has been talking about that game last night. I mean, Chad's mom literally just came downstairs and asked us, you guys going to talk about how it was fixed? So there's a lot of mixed emotions here, but I got to ask you two, as always. Are the Bengals fans being sore losers right now, or do you think they have a valid argument about the referees?
I think they're being sore losers right now. I don't think there was enough yesterday to show that the game was fixed. Besides the play, like you just said, that the punt team came out and then the refs like, hold on. They get one more play on offense. So like, you know what I'm saying? Give them an extra play. Fishy. That was the weirdest shit I've ever seen. I've never seen that done before. But
that was
the only play I looked at. I was like, damn, is this shit fixed? What are they trying to do right here? Like you said, the outcome of that happening, Joe Burrow ended up throwing an interception.
Yep, and the Chiefs still had a punt.
None of that matters. Like the call where Patrick Mahomes was running down the sideline and he was running out of bounds and he got hit late. Mm-hmm. I thought that was the right call. That was a very undisciplined play by the Bengals defender.
Yep.
Let me ask you a quick question on top of that. Let's say that's Justin Fields running out of bounds in a regular season game. Is that a late hit?
It's still
late. I mean, are they going to call it, though?
Definitely, because when you show that you're, like, vulnerable and you're basically giving your body up, you're going out of bounds, and you still kind of – the dude didn't hit him. He kind of pushed him, nudged him a little bit. Patrick Mahomes sold it. It's like going to the bucket and selling a foul.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Literally. Every time.
In the NBA, it's all the mics right there. And so he's
and one.
Dylan, what about you, man? What do you think?
Man.
Are they sore losers or they have a legit reason?
Dude, I'm not going to lie. I think they're being sore losers. I'm going to have to agree with Chad on that because, man, they were talking so much cash about how they were going to whoop Kansas City and shit, and then they didn't get the result they wanted, so now they're just going to complain and bitch about it. That's how I'm seeing it. And to be honest, me personally, I'm not a big fan of Joe Burrow.
Hot take.
So I'm glad to see that motherfucker taking L out there in the NFC Championship game. I love it. I love
Tell us how you
too.
feel. Damn.
So, yeah, I think the Chiefs just won that game, man. I mean, you can argue all day if the shit was fucking rigged or not, but in my personal opinion, it's not. I think it was just some mistakes by the Bengals players made at the end of the game, and it cost them.
So, the matchup of the future, the Brady-Manning matchup of the future, is it Mahomes-Burrow or Mahomes-Allen?
That's a tough question right there. I think
Mahomes-Burrow.
You gonna go Mahomes-Burrow?
I'll go Mahomes-Burrow.
Hell yeah. I mean, honestly, I could see that just because I could see Joe Burrow and the Bengals having like a lot of success But Josh Allen, to me, if we're just talking player, I'm thinking Josh Allen and Mahomes because of just pure talent-wise.
Yeah. You want to know what somebody compared it to me the other day? They said Josh Allen's like the modern Peyton Manning and Burrow's like the modern Brady. Like Josh Allen, great in the regular season and shit, but like Burrow, like only been in the league 2 full years and like went to the Super Bowl and then went to the AFC Championship that they almost went to the Super Bowl last night. There's just a different perspective, which is actually on the topic of that. I got to ask our Dirty 30 faithful this question because me and a coworker at work got into a heated debate over this shit. First and foremost, people out there, I just want you to answer, who's your MVP of the league, Mahomes or Hurts? Both of them had great seasons. You guys, real quickly, who would you say?
Hurts, no doubt.
I'm going to go Mahomes, man.
Okay, that's okay. That's all right. Next question being, who's the better rushing quarterback, Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, easy.
I thought Hurts is a no-brainer. Coworker thinks it's Josh Allen. Apparently has the stats to prove it. 33 faithful, what do you think? But at the end of the day, there's nothing we can do about it now on that Bengals-Chiefs game, and we're set for an awesome Super Bowl that features 2 African-American quarterbacks playing against each other for the first time ever, and the first time ever a set of brothers will be playing against each other as well. Travis and Jason Kelce. That's awesome right there. Someone's going to be a loser in the long run, and they're going to have the upper hand on them at the fucking next barbecue. On the topic of bad refs, man, I think the whole fucking world seen what happened in Boston on Saturday night when LeBron had tried to attack the basket in the closing seconds of the game, tie game, doing what LeBron does best, fucking putting the shoulder down, going to the bucket. Jason Tatum slaps him on the forearm. LeBron loses possession of the ball. No foul called. LeBron's on his fucking hands and knees like a kid that just got his DS taken from him or some shit. Everybody, and then the thing is that's all you're hearing about a lot is like, oh, LeBron acted like a child and this and that, but no one's talking about the fact that these NBA refs actually mixed this call, and the NBA admitted it. I don't know if you guys seen this or not, but the NBA Twitter account, NBA referee Twitter account, came out with a tweet and said, quote, this is going to cause many sleepless nights for us. Like, get the fuck out of here. You guys fuck up shit all the time. Like, I thought that was bogus. But on top of that, with the Kansas City shit, referees not doing their job as good as they should be in crucial moments of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what do you guys think? What is like a proposed solution for making sure like things like this never happen? Like how do we hold these refs accountable to not only be better, but like to not make these mistakes in the future?
I didn't come up with this. I seen it online. And it was a great idea, I thought. It says when a ref messes up and they make a mistake, they should be fined.
Yep,
like an
agree.
NBA player is fined. Just a simple fact that a lot of these games are like, man, they're so important, bro. Like so much goes into these games. And when you make a crucial call to determine a game's outcome, you're playing with people's emotions. You know what I mean? Not just the players, but you're playing with fans who are watching it. Like, when I was watching that Laker and Boston game, I'm not even a LeBron fan. I'm not even a Laker fan or a Celtic fan. Seeing somebody go across the lane, go for a layup, and get smacked blatantly right in your face. The ref sitting courtside sat there and saw it. How do you miss a call? Like there should be consequences to that. NBA has this little 2-minute report that they put out after the game. That shit's bogus. They need to hold these refs accountable. Is what I'm trying to say. Basically.
So you're saying by finding them and like taking money out of their pockets, it's like, okay, you guys would think twice about calling this the wrong way next time. You might look a little closer next time down the stretch.
Because before that play even happened, the Lakers had to use a challenge on another bullshit call that they called. Yeah. They used their challenge and the Lakers won. They should be able to get their challenge back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's bullshit to me, bro.
Yeah. And to add to what you were saying too, in a team like the Lakers, I seen the other day, in let's say their last 40 games, they have to go like 32-8 in their last 40 games just to make the playoffs because the Western Conference is so stacked. So every fucking game matters for them. You send Brian at the free throw line with no time left. All you need to do is make one free throw.
Just one.
One free throw.
He's hitting that.
I mean, to be honest, I feel like finding is the way to go for that.
But like, should we look into like fucking how do you become a referee? Like, do they need to make the test harder or like put them in better real-time scenarios or something? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, what do they use? A referee school? Like, what the fuck?
Refs are so important because they literally control the game. They control the outcome of the game, too, 100% of the way. I do think maybe they should add maybe a extra 2 months of training. Just like when you're becoming a ref, you know what you got to really look for. Like you guys said, every game is important, man. And if these fucking refs are out here, like, missing calls and then after the game ends, they're reporting it like, oh, yeah, we missed this call, we missed that call, and that's happening like 6 or 7 times a month. And these people that are literally investing their entire lives into this fucking game, it's their livelihood, and they care about it more than anything, are losing because refs are making fucking mistakes.
Right.
Like, I would be so fucking shitty too if I was LeBron or
People
anybody.
betting money on
For real.
games and shit,
People
you know
lose
what I
money.
mean?
Yeah.
It's not just the players, but fans are missing out on good games too.
For real.
What
You're
about
definitely
this?
right.
Let's flip this around for a second. Let's say you have the ability to fine them too if they mess up. Or let's say you don't have the ability to fine them, but referees have incentives if they call a game perfectly in the last 2 minutes.
That makes sense.
Like, let's say they do the report, that bullshit report, and like, well, you guys made all the right calls and this was right. Okay, fuck it. Each referee working that night gets a little bonus somehow, some way, because they did the job right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or to add to it, you don't gotta punish them. You could just add another challenge for each team. Or when a team wins their challenge, they get another challenge back. Like I said earlier, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Instead
true,
of losing their challenge.
Or just give the ability to overturn calls after a certain
Right.
point. Like, you should be able to go in and check the cameras and like, oh, this was a foul. I'm overturning the play on the court. Stop
Right.
play then and there and overturn it.
Like, in the last 2 minutes of the game.
It has to be last 2 minutes though, because we couldn't do it the whole
Yeah,
game.
it should be like in NFL, every score is reviewed and shit. Like, last 2 minutes of the game, shit should be reviewed. Like, especially in the Tatum situation, like, that was clearly a foul, bro. And then, like, the Lakers ended up being punished by it because they received the technical. Heading into overtime, they're down by a point and then losing by 4 points.
Which is the funniest technical I've seen in a long time. Patrick
Beverly grabbing the camera.
Came and pull it out.
That was definitely I think that was a first for all of us. We had never seen that shit before. So a player doing that was clowning. Did you see the referee was just like fucking teed him up, like, bro, get this camera out of my face.
One message to all of the refs out there, even if it's just little league, fucking make the right call, you bastard.
Like, I know, like, a refs ain't gonna call a perfect game. You know what I'm saying? It's almost impossible to be perfect. But the last 2 minutes, man, you really gotta buckle down and
Be on your fucking P's and Q's.
exactly.
Okay, keeping it on the NBA though. The NBA All-Star starters were just released last week. And on the West side, you have Bron at team captain, Steph, Luka, Jokic, and Zion Williamson in his second All-Star game. And on the East side, you have Giannis as the captain, surrounded by KD, Kyrie, Jason Tatum, and Donovan Mitchell in his first season with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, of course, as always, the Twitter world was quick to criticize a few of these selections, saying that a few other players seemed more deserving in their eyes. Some of those players being talked about are Joel Embiid, Jaylen Brown, Ja Morant, and a handful of others. So what do you guys think? Did they get it right this year, or did they pick the right starters, or who would you switch around and add in there?
They mostly got it right.
Yeah.
This is what's great about the modern NBA, man. There's a lot of competition now, like a lot of great players. So when you got all these players and you put them in an All-Star game, you're gonna have some players feeling some type of way about it because we have so much talent in the NBA right now. But like you said, Joel Embiid was the only one for me where I looked at and I was like, he's got to be in there somehow, man. Somehow you got to put Joel in there. He's just a dominant force. What is he averaging, 30 and 12?
That's the thing I want to look up real quick is like, what are Zion Williamson's averages and does he deserve to be the starter? You know what I mean?
But here's the thing. So Embiid could have only been like voted in front court. So it's either him or Giannis, KD, or Jason Tatum. Like between those three, Embiid would have to take one of their spots. Yeah. Okay. And that's what makes it hard too. Like you have these four great players. How do you just pick three of them?
That is tough. That does make sense right there.
I definitely think Embiid should be starting and Tatum off the bench.
Tatum off the bench.
For sure.
Williamson's
even though Boston's playing out of this world.
They are like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are both playing like fucking very high level of basketball, man. It's hard.
You want to know who else that I heard Stan Van Gundy was talking about? It's Shai. Yeah. Gilgeous Alexander.
Yeah.
Like
he's definitely got to be an all-star.
Averaging over 30.
Yeah.
He's averaging over 30.
He's got to be an all-star. If he's not an all-star, it's a fucking
He's not,
joke.
I don't think.
He should be even a bench player.
Yeah. They haven't announced the bench players yet, but to add some fuel to the fire, like a guy like Zion who's been hurt for like 10 games of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at this, bro. January 29th, 0 minutes. 26th, 0 minutes. 25th, 0 minutes. Zion Williamson, like his most recent games, ain't even playing.
So what's he averaging?
Do you guys think they should have?
He's averaging 26.
Do you guys think they should have a different voting criteria for the All-Star game?
Don't they do like players and shit?
They do fan votes, and they do
like player league and like
NBA like votes, like
because people like Perk and like Stephen Wilbon and they have like
votes too.
Wilbon and them guys have a vote.
Yeah, I don't think the media should.
I don't think the media should have any fucking say. I don't think the fans should even have any. I mean, the fans have a little say, but I don't think like just because Kendrick Perkins is on TV and he talks about basketball professionally means that he knows more than like fucking NBA executives or anything like that. I think it should all be
NBA players that just vote.
NBA players, NBA execs, like GMs and people that actually handle the rosters.
Big Perk though, like man, Big Perk, he's got a resume. He knows. I think Big Perk knows basketball. He knows basketball.
I just don't think that he should have a vote in
like
that
people
shit.
like Stephen A. haven't been able to vote.
Like no, I mean they're all gonna have bias anyways. Like,
they know basketball, but should they get a vote?
Yeah, no, I don't think they should get a vote. They definitely know basketball. They know their sports. I don't think you should get a vote in that shit. But I feel like damn near there should be qualifications to becoming like a starter or like becoming an all-star, you know what I mean? Like you have to play a certain amount of games, like certain just simple criteria, nothing too crazy, like 35% field goal percentage or some shit, you know what I mean? Or 40% or
like Chad said too though, man, the competition now is so fucking good. Like who's your guys' mid-season MVP so far?
That's fucking tough, man.
Jokic getting his third straight.
Probably Jokic getting his third. If not, Luka.
Yeah, Luka's playing good, but we got to look at record too with the MVP. So like who has the best record in the East?
Embiid's probably in there
right?
too. Embiid's in there too.
Celtics probably have the best in the East. Embiid's got to be up there.
Yeah, that's one. Like
he just dominated Jokic, bro.
They're first. And Celtics are first. 76ers second.
Bucks
Milwaukee third. Brooklyn fourth. And Denver's up front.
Wow, number one seed.
Number one over 16. Memphis. Sacramento number 3.
Wow.
Damn, that's kind of surprising to me, seeing these Western Conference standings. Timberwolves up there and Clippers and
dude, Jokic might be on his fucking way to his third straight, man.
He just had like a 30-point triple-double not too long ago.
Wasn't Larry Bird the last person to do that?
I think so.
3 in a row?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm personally going to be leaning either Jokic or I like Tatum, bro, a lot. It's hard to argue, though, like, who's more important for the Celtics, Tatum or Jaylen Brown, because Jaylen Brown is so fucking good, too, man. It's like a double-headed snake. Kill one fucking guy, the other guy's right there to fucking kill you back. You know what I mean?
No, you're right. But I think that when it comes down to it, Tatum's that guy. Like, out of them two, I want Tatum taking the last shot.
I think he's definitely top 3 conversation right now, MVP. Jokic is definitely in that top 3 conversation. And then maybe Embiid. I'd say those 3. What about you, Buzz? What about your
MVP?
Yeah.
I want Luka to get it, but he won't get it because the Mavericks are fucking trash as a team.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to be Jokic, bro. Unless somebody, like, just catches fire. Like, maybe Ja Morant catches fire on the Grizzlies, and Grizzlies take first seed, and Ja Morant, like, eats the rest of the year. The Memphis Grizzlies have a target on their back for every fucking team they play because all the shit they talk.
I like Ja Morant, but I feel like he's not the reason that the Grizzlies are the second seed. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's everyone around him.
He's not the most valuable.
Exactly.
To his team.
Like Desmond Bane goes out there and gets 20 a night, hits like fucking 4 threes, and Jaren Jackson Jr. out there playing good defense.
He has like the highest defensive efficiency, I think.
Yeah, like it's like I can't say I can accurately feel good saying that Ja Morant would be the MVP or something like that. Like, I couldn't say that.
Hey, shout out Jaren Jackson too, Indianapolis native.
Yep. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Park Tudor, baby. Ja Morant is the MVP of that team, though, right? Or no?
He's the most talented player.
Okay.
For sure. Most talented.
He's not the most valuable to his team.
Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of like other players, how they hold value to their team.
Yep. Like honestly,
like Jokic he holds the most value to his team.
Yeah, 100%. Like without Jokic, they would not be in the fucking number 1 seed. They'd probably be like a 9 seed, 10 seed or some shit.
You want to talk about somebody else holding value to the team? That's not an MVP candidate, but Tyrese Halliburton. Like the Pacers sucking ass with him being out.
For real.
Yeah,
fucking
he's nice.
They still fucking bullshit.
Shout out fucking Tyrese Halliburton.
Shout out Tyrese. You might be on this podcast one day, brother. You don't even know it yet. Ladies and gentlemen, that does it for us, though, here at Dirty 30 Podcast Studios, Dirty 30 Podcast Enterprise. Man, it feels so good to be back in here, you guys, don't it?
Oh, man. It's been way too long, like I said earlier.
Time to get back into the swing of things.
Yes, sir.
As always, I'm your host, Buzzer Larkin.
I'm Chad Kelly.
And I'm D-Man.
And that's a
Rap.
rap.